Hello, friends. So in this episode today, I'm going to be talking about beliefs and thoughts and mindset because it's really huge when it comes to our health. We always want something that is very concrete to fix, like we need to eat more protein or we need to exercise this amount, and those things can be good. But a lot of times we don't want to stop and take that harder look at our beliefs and our mindset. And that is really what drives our actions. So it's super important. I find that most people, even me, in areas of my life, I struggle with my beliefs and my mindsets and my thoughts that I have. So we have to constantly pause and reevaluate these. So before we dive into the show today, I wanted to just share a quick little review from one of my clients that I recently worked with. And with her, we did very practical strategies looking at portion control, her nutrition, and her exercise. But we also constantly came back to these beliefs, this mindset, the motivation, why we're doing what we're doing, because that is what makes things stick. When we can start to get our mindset and our beliefs on board, we start to stay consistent. And we need consistency when it comes to our health, when we are looking to lose weight, when we're looking to get healthy. All right, so listen to my client and what she had to say about working with me.
I wanted to take this opportunity to thank Michele for helping me in my health journey. I started with Michele about 7 months ago because I was feeling stuck. Her insight was invaluable right from the beginning. We talked about not only physical health, but emotions that were keeping me stuck. Michele laid out a plan to get me moving and slowly build strength. We also talked about what my body needed in terms of food, no diet or meal plans. It was clear from the beginning that there's no quick fix, and she wanted to set me up for long-term success. At this point, I feel like I can take the knowledge and information she gave me and continue to move forward in my health journey. While I have lost 17 pounds, more importantly, she's given me the tools to continue to make progress and stay healthy for the rest of my life. I really appreciate my time spent with Michele.
All right, friends, did you hear that? Not only did she lose weight, but she's doing it in a way that is sustainable. She's doing it in a way that she feels good about herself, not just some diet that she's following where when she falls off track, she shames herself, beat herself up, but in a way that works with her and her body, and that she can feel good in her mindset and feel good in her body. So friends, I encourage you that if you are needing some extra support, maybe you're noticing that you're feeling stuck, that you're staying inconsistent, and you really want to get back on track with your health, start making exercise consistent, then I encourage you to set up a free call with me. You'll always find my prices. And on this free call, we're just going to go over your goals and struggles and see where you are. I love supporting clients through my personal training app, because this helps people to learn how to exercise correctly, exercise under 30 minutes. It helps to do habit tracking and support those healthy habits. And it also gives you a personal trainer at your fingertips that you can ask questions to anytime because you have unlimited messaging with me. So this is really getting personal training for a fraction of the price. So if you want to start an exercise routine and keep going with it this time, and you're tired of looking up different YouTube videos, having no plan of what to do when it comes to your workouts, and you want to develop some consistency, then I encourage you to set up that free call with me. You'll find that link. I also offer a 10% discount to teachers, nurses, military, and those frontline workers. Just ask on the call. Hi friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michele, mama 4 and military wife, and I'm passionate about helping women get healthy from the inside out so they can feel better and live their best life. Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight and get in shape? If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably, then you're in the right place. I combine my expertise from my doctorate in physical therapy to my experience as a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher to bring you actionable steps for a healthy lifestyle. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. So let's dive into the topic today. I want to start by talking about beliefs. And we think of beliefs, I want you to think about, what do you believe about yourself? So if you were to tell someone something about yourself, what are some things that you would say? Maybe, for example, you might say, I've always been big. I've always had problems losing weight. I always have problems with gut health. I'm always in pain. I'm a fibro girl. I'm just someone who doesn't exercise. I just don't eat veggies. So these things that we say start to become really strong beliefs. And sometimes we can really get stuck in these beliefs, and it closes the possibilities to more. So maybe you're someone who is doing all these different things in your nutrition and your exercise, but you're still feeling stuck. If that's you, I encourage you to come back to your beliefs and your mindset. What are you telling yourself? What would you say to others about yourself? And we need to start to question these, because a lot of times these don't tell us the whole truth, especially when we're using words like always and things like that. Usually when we say always, it is not really always. So we have to question some of those. Maybe if we're someone who finds ourselves in pain frequently, like, are there times when you're not in pain? Because our brain wants to focus on those problems. When we have gut health problems, we think that it's this huge, big problem that happens all the time, but typically it's going to go in cycles a little bit. When we hold on to beliefs that we don't like to eat healthy or exercise, we are keeping ourselves in that belief because our brain wants to keep our belief true. And if we keep that belief true, then we're closing the door to change. When we keep that belief true, that is what we're going to see more of. We're going to see more of, I don't like to exercise. I don't like to eat my veggies. I have pain. I'm always big. I just can't lose this weight. So those beliefs, those thoughts that we keep telling ourselves is what we're going to get more of. We really start to limit ourselves. And also from a biological standpoint, our mind and our gut is connected, and the way our hormones work and our beliefs that we have, our thoughts that we have, produce things in our body. So when I have a thought about doing something that makes me feel anxious, my body biologically starts to feel anxious and fires that. There's hormones that go off. So when we start to think of those same things, we are firing different neurons in our brain. We're releasing different hormones. We're opening up certain receptors. All these things inside of us is happening that we're not even aware of. So if you're someone who has gut problems and you're worried about eating something, you're going to have that anxiety. It's going to change the way your hormones are working, and you may not digest your meal as well. So it's keeping you in that belief. I've been reading this book, One Small Step Can Change Your Life, and I'll put the link down below if you guys want to check it out. It's a really quick read, and it really talks about taking small steps. Like, if you guys have listened to the podcast a while, you hear me say, start with just 5 or 10 minutes of workout. And this book also suggests start with 1 minute. We want to get to that point where it doesn't flag fear in our brain and we can just do it. The other thing that I really liked in this book that they talked about is using our mind for imagination. And I've talked about this before, and I've used it in meditations with my clients. But I liked how they also said it in this book is we can start to imagine ourselves and doing this in less than 1 minute a day and really engage all of our senses. What would we smell? What would we touch? What would we feel? What would we hear? And we engage all those senses. It helps to start to create those neural pathways even stronger. So for example, if you are someone who just is a person who thinks, I don't like to exercise, I hate exercise, then maybe for you, you would start to imagine yourself just getting up and exercising. You're not actually doing it. Imagine it in your mind. What would those muscles feel like? What would you smell? What would you hear? And start there. Start with just imagining yourself exercising. Open your mind to that possibility that maybe you're someone who doesn't completely hate exercising, but that there could be another truth for you. So maybe if you're someone who has been trying different things and you're just feeling really stuck, for less than 1 minute a day, can you start to imagine yourself not being stuck? What would you be doing? What would you be saying? What would you be feeling? And bring in those other senses. Because if you're stuck and hopeless, that is where you're going to stay. So you need to start opening your mind to different possibilities. Because when you can start to open your mind to different possibilities, you are opening the door to change. It's so easy for us to have a really narrow view, and sometimes it's easy to see this in other people and not ourselves. And whatever it may be, we see that they have this really narrow view and they're not even opened to the possibility of something else. And it limits them. Because you're not going to take any action to do anything different when you don't think it's a possibility. Your body and brain are going to keep reacting as if that thought is true in that narrow realm of possibilities. Now, for those people of faith, maybe you've heard the Bible verse Ephesians 3:20. I think this really highlights how sometimes we are stuck in really narrow possibilities for ourselves. It says, "Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine according to his power that is at work within us." So it's saying God can do more than we can ask or imagine. The possibilities that we have for ourselves are limited, but with God, we can do so much more. So whether you are a person of faith or not, I want you to really take captive your beliefs and thoughts and start to open that door to new possibilities. Maybe that is sitting down and taking some time to imagine those possibilities. Because when we can shift our mindset, that is when we can start to shift to the change that we need to. There are so many more doors that can open to us when we start to release and open to new possibilities. All right, friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I encourage you that if you have some belief that you've been holding on to, is to share it with someone. You're also free to share in my Healthy Beyond 40 Facebook group. Because when we can start to share that belief we're holding on to, that we're maybe realizing isn't true, and we can share that, hey, I'm just going to try to imagine this, or I'm going to take one tiny step forward, or whatever that may look like, then it helps us to stay committed to it. So if you want extra support, head to that Healthy Beyond 40 Facebook group. And if you guys are looking for support in the way of a coach or personal trainer, just set up that free call with me. I would love to help you out. All right, friends, hope you guys have a great week.